Hey everybody, welcome back to another film of the week. Hope you guys been enjoying the content on the channel as of late. And this day is, not that special. It's only Friday the 13th. So, of course, I figured for the film of the week, we might as well just do Friday the 13th, something that I've actually never seen before. Um, Directed by Sean S. Cunningham, who would go on to do other Friday the 13th features, as well as notably like Freddy vs. Jason and other things. Released in 1980, and it's Jason Voorhees. It's about a bunch of people who come to a camp named Crystal Lake, and there's a guy walking around killing people, and that's pretty much bare bones what Friday the 13th is all about. Um, so the production of Friday the 13th is rather interesting because, if I'm not mistaken, they released the poster and the first trailer before they even started shooting the movie as a means of like generating, I think, more funds for the film or just getting word of mouth out there. Um, because when you watch it, it definitely has that grindhouse feel to it, where it was just kind of made just over a couple weeks or so, like very, very tight budgeted. And you know this because, for most times when Jason's doing his thing, it's POVs, because the most interesting thing about Friday the 13th that I was not aware of is that you don't actually get to see Jason. There's like the whole mask thing is like that's sorry I hit that mic. The whole, mask and all that stuff, that's that's not introduced in this film. Apparently that's introduced in, I presume, the second film when they actually introduce what he looks like. Um like I just found that interesting. But for the most part though, I mean I mean it's pretty bare bones. I mean boo if you found that scary, then that's the general type of fear factor that we're working with here. Um, like the scares kind of equate to that of someone shouting such a thing, or that sarcastic like thing, like ooh. If that somehow sends chills down your spine, then this will probably do it for you. It's very cheap, and I know people will defend it. There's actually a lot of people out there who are not for the first one. I've heard that people actually prefer the follow-ups that came after this, and a lot of people uh, actually pan the first one. And then, of course, there's a lot of people in pop culture that hail the first one because it's the first one. So, um, my older brother Matthew loves these movies. He actually has like a tattoo of it on his arm. Um, so he might be more informed than me, but um, on what's like the better films. I haven't seen. Yeah, I haven't. I don't think I've seen any of the other Friday 13th films. So he would just be he'd be the better judge than me. Um, but uh, but it's looking for consistency in the absurdity of its believability. Like it's like the way it utilizes its production and the cast. Like it's just cheap. It's very thinly written. Like there's very lack of tension. It relies a lot on like a simple-minded um, persona, like the obviousness of it. Like it kind of hopes that it's cheese and it's like very blatant approach. It's like it's hoping that some people might be comforted by it because it's the kind of film that you play in the background. Like if you're at a party or like at a Halloween type festive thing, it's something that you play in the background. It's not something that you really give full attention to because it's just not worthy of such a thing. Um, so, I found it just to be pretty just dull. Like, I mean, it's not, it has um, it has some, intrigue by its like budgetary restraints, just by the how, just by how blatant it is, by how restrained it is, there is some interest in the filmmaking portion that's like, oh, okay, well, let's see how they utilize this, and then points it's like, oh, let's, like the POVs and stuff like that. It's like, and there's like the little like slow pans, like some stuff like that is interesting enough, I guess, but that's ultimately me looking for stuff that can be good, because I really didn't care for it, honestly. Um, it feels like it was shot on a vacation. Like they just got everybody together and said, "You guys want to just make something while we're out here?" So, yeah, it looks like it was. It looks like it was had a very, very. It was shot for cheap, and what I got was cheap. That's pretty much the defining word for it. There's nothing else that can top that. It's just cheap and just utter cheese, but not the cheese that intrigues you, the kind that just really, really bores you. So yeah, and like I said, the only noteworthy thing I can really say about it is that I'm surprised that Jason himself, the Jason that I know, is not in this movie. So, but yeah, so those are my thoughts on Friday 13th. I found it to be pretty disposable, but you guys know your thoughts on Friday 13th. If you guys have seen it, it's a classic, or at least it's like a film that's developed a cult following and it's now ingrained into like pop culture and stuff like that. So, just let me know your thoughts if you guys have seen it. And if you guys have seen the follow-ups, let me know if those are any good. I've heard they're all crap, especially like Jason X and the Friday versus Jason stuff. I've heard all that stuff is crap, but supposedly they're good. But I don't know. You guys let me know if I should check those out or not. But yeah, so that's going to be it for me, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. And until then, I will catch you guys in the next video.